I don't know. It's like thinking, we're live.
Woohoo!
Hello, Alia here. I am with Coach Nicole. She's a nutrition specialist and she's going to tell us a little about herself right now. Hi, Nicole.
Hi. No, thanks for having me. This
Yeah,
is super
sure.
fun. Uh, so I guess while we wait for people to show up, if they
Sure.
show up,
Sure.
um, so my YouTube channel is Former Fat Girl, Nutrition Talk from a Former Fat Girl. So a super quick, hyper level background on my story. So I was always fit growing up. I played all of the things: basketball, run track, softball. Always playing. I was a tomboy back in the day, back growing up in the 80s, where playing outside was an actual thing and you didn't
Oh,
come
yeah.
inside until it was time to eat and it was dark.
Sure.
But so I was always active and fit. I was a military cop in the US Air Force for 14 years. So I was able to outwork, I guess, a bad diet. So I suffered childhood trauma where my brother passed away when I was 11 years old. And I've
Okay.
always had a sweet tooth, but, I didn't know how to grieve. So I used that as kind of like a therapy.
Sure.
My parents were grieving and doing their thing. So just over time, I was able to outwork that unhealthy behavior, right? My coping mechanism.
Hmm.
But it got to the point where in 2015 on my wedding day, I think I actually got fatter beyond that. But I'm 5 feet short and I
Okay.
was pushing 180 pounds in
Okay.
2015 when I got married. And I got out of the Air Force in 2016, a little more than a year later, and I
Yeah.
failed that very last PT test, the physical
Okay.
training test. So it's push ups, sit ups, a mile and a half run, and then they tape your waist. I busted tape, as they
Oh,
say.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was chunky. So I think at my heaviest, I stopped weighing myself. I was about 200 pounds when I stopped weighing
Okay.
myself.
Yeah.
So I was clinically obese, sleep apnea, high blood pressure, all of the things. I wouldn't be surprised if I had pre-diabetes or at least knocking on diabetes door.
Hmm.
Um, so I knew something had to change. At this point, I was vegan. I was vegan for 4 years
Oh,
because
wow.
healthy, right? It's what I
Sure.
thought.
Yeah.
So when I got my certification to help me continue to lose weight in 2020 at the start of the pandemic, it was very plant-based heavy, very fiber heavy in our training, like eat fiber, just dietary guidelines, just all the things. So that's when I was trailing the end of my vegan stint, but I started to lose weight then. And then I switched to low carb when I stumbled on Dr. Ken Berry and Sean Baker and those channels.
Hmm.
So I lost about 50 or so pounds
Wow.
before I switched to
Great.
low carb. And
Oh,
I've
okay.
been low carb about 8 months. And it wasn't because I was healthy on vegan or
Sure.
whatever. I was restricting myself and
Okay.
working out a shit ton,
Oh, nice.
continuing to outwork my bad diet.
Yeah.
But I think since switching low carb about 8 months ago at this point, I've lost about 15, 20 pounds. Granted, I didn't have a whole lot more to go. I'm almost to my goal, but I
Sure.
feel a ton better. I'm no longer bloated. I felt that. I didn't know I had digestive issues like constipation and other gut issues until I no longer had gut issues.
It happens.
Um, I no longer have inflammation in my body and my limbs.
Mhm.
I've had like multiple knee surgeries, and it always bothered me going up and down stairs. Now I literally run up and down the stairs.
Oh, wow.
So I feel stronger, more energy. I sleep better. I no longer have sleep apnea. So I no longer snore. My husband thanks me. And
I'm sure.
the thing that I expected, because I knew, but I guess it was still unexpected, was my anxiety. So, I'm a business owner, so I do nutrition coaching and consulting,
Right.
and I do a lot of public speaking.
Okay.
And about 45 days, a little shy of 2 months into low carb, I gave my presentation to like my largest audience yet, 50, 60 people of professionals, business owners, and all that. I had no physiological response, no sweating, no rapid heart
Wow.
rate, like no nothing. I was calm. I was confident. I've never experienced that before. Usually I just try to survive and
Mhm.
end the talk still vertical. but I've never experienced that in my life, like no response. And I gave another talk last week and the same thing. I was just no response. So like, yeah, it's unreal how night and day from going to vegan to low carb, how night and day the change is for me. But yes, that's my background. That's why I call myself former fat girl and all that.
Nice. So that's amazing, by the way. How incredible. So
Yeah.
well done. So you were in the Army.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The military.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's very interesting, by the way. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
And then when you got out, you decided to train how did you get into being a nutritionist?
So it was my weight loss journey. So I was a federal government contractor here in Northern Virginia, and we were furloughed at the beginning of the pandemic. So while everyone was gaining weight, the pandemic, I don't want to get copyright strike, but pandemic 30, 40, 50, that's when I started to lose weight because I was getting paid. I called myself a professional athlete because of the CARES Act here in the US. I was still getting my full salary, but not working. So yeah, I just started working out and losing weight, and I decided to get certified. So I had base knowledge, from nutrition, exercise, science, and physiology courses in college. I've always been fascinated. So I decided to get educated and get certified just to help me continue to lose weight. But as I've lost weight and realized, just because you're always taught exercise is so important and all these things, and no one ever talks about nutrition. So for my own transformation, I realized how important nutrition truly is, that I wanted to help other people, because very few people in my industry who work with weight loss and obesity have been obese themselves. I've been obese. So I wanted to help other people lose weight and do what I was able to accomplish. Granted, I was still pushing the fiber and all those things when I first started. Now I know better, and I try to push the animal foods more, but yeah, I was pushing a lot of what I was taught in my training, which is very, very, very high carb, high fiber, specifically fiber. So that's what I was pushing when I first started. And of course I lost weight because I wasn't really getting any nutrition. I wasn't getting any nutrients, like those so-called calories. I wasn't eating a whole lot. I was eating a lot of volume. It was filling up my belly, but that's what I was pushing when I first started. And now I kind of go against my training, if you will. When I talk low carb and when I work with clients now, I go against what I was taught. But that's initially how I started, was just to help me continue my journey. But I never planned to do the whole business thing. It was just, I got the certification in the mail. My husband was at work. I was still not working. I was like, I'll just get an LLC. So my husband comes home from work. I'm like, guess what I did today? None of it was planned, but I'm so grateful.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hi, Cats R Us. Thanks for stopping by.
Yay, we have people.
Yeah, we have thank you. Okay, so when you were vegan, were you like whole foods, or were you like junk food applies because it's not animal based?
I was all of the alternative meats. So I ate a lot of black beans, refried black beans. So my favorite vegan meal was refried black beans, sweet corn, again, sweet tooth, avocado, brown rice or jasmine rice, salsa, pineapple salsa. And sometimes I'll sprinkle a little cheese in there, but that was it. That would be a meal. And I ate that a ton. I ate a ton of tofu, black bean burgers. Like when we would go out to eat, I'd eat a ton of black bean burgers. I'd eat like the Beyond Meat burgers, like all the junky like meat alternatives I ate. I did eat a lot of sweet potatoes and broccoli and stuff like that. But yeah, I was mostly, I guess if you would call processed foods, because alternative meat's processed food. So I ate a ton of that stuff.
Okay. And what about processed foods? Like, what about these fake meats? Like, if you don't want to eat meat anymore, I get
Yeah.
that. Like, my mom
Yeah.
doesn't want to. Someone asked, Shark Air asks, cheese is vegan? Is cheese vegan?
No, they have vegan cheese, the fake
Oh,
cheese.
okay. Is that the
Yeah.
cheese you use? The fake cheese?
Back when I was vegan, yeah. And now I
Oh,
use full fat cream cheese and all that stuff. But yeah, back then I would use the fake, like Daya, I think is the
okay.
popular
Yes,
brand.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So
It tastes like plastic, by the way.
oh,
Just
that's good to
saying.
know. That's
Yeah.
good to know. My mom, I think she eats that, and there you go.
Yeah.
So, but all right, someone goes vegan,
Yeah.
they can do that. I have no problem. They can do what they want with their life and their body, right?
Yeah, right?
But why would you, because you were vegan, why would you want to eat a fake burger if you're going vegan?
Because it imitates meat. I mean, at the time, yeah. I mean, it's true. It imitates meat. It tastes. There will be times where I would eat one of those fake burgers, and I'd have to have my husband taste test it, because it tastes so real. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had a meat alternative, but it tastes so much like the real thing. It's crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, it just imitates the real thing. And obviously I missed the real thing, but I watched the documentary What the Health back in 2015. I think that came out 2017. And that's actually when I went vegan, like that day after I saw the documentary What the Health. I banned all
Okay.
meat. Literally that night, pizza was my last meal. The next day I went 4 years after that and did not eat no animal food. I was hardcore vegan because of that
Oh wow.
documentary.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, it's so interesting. Yeah. When I was pregnant, some people were trying with my first baby. Some people were telling me I should go vegan, and not my mom actually, but some other people. She used to be vegan. Now she wants to be called plant based and not vegan. But
That's
I
the big
so
thing. That's a big thing, because vegan's starting to get a stigma, right? So now everyone wants to be plant-based.
yeah, exactly. And I'm animal based.
Yeah.
So I said to someone I said, you know what? I'm craving hamburgers full time right now. There's no way I'm
Yeah.
gonna do anything different. And to
Yeah.
be nice, I said I'll think about it once I have the baby. And
Yeah.
then I thought about it, and then I stopped thinking about it.
Dude, it's like so, because like I said, we're taught that in our nutrition training, like 100%. We're taught primarily a plant-based diet,
Okay.
and to limit animal foods, and to limit saturated fat, to limit fat in general. That's what's in my literature. That's what
Okay.
we're taught. So I was afraid to eat. I didn't eat beef hardly at all until
Oh
I went
wow.
low carb. I hardly ate beef at all. I would eat turkey burgers over beef burgers. I would
Oh
not.
wow.
I would be 100% lean meat, and very much low fat meat, because that's what we're taught. We're taught to
Sure.
limit those things.
Sure.
Now, obviously, I eat a ton of beef. I had steak tips last night, but yeah, that's what we're taught in our training. And I was afraid to eat saturated fat and all that.
Okay. What do you think of this?
Low carb is plant based. How so? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Because
Put
I
some
consider
comments
my
and
yeah
explain what you're saying there, so we can understand that also. I want to
yeah
understand. So I want to make it very clear. Like, I don't want to fight with anybody. I'm literally going to interview vegans on my channel that are my friends, and I don't want
yeah
to create any situation. I want to
yeah
understand people's viewpoints. I and you, we eat low carb, and I eat a lot of animal. I eat more steak now than I have, but I've always
yep.
craved red meat in my, especially during a certain time of the month. That's all I wanted to ever eat. So what's mahu mahi? Is that fish?
That's fish. Yeah.
Ah, okay. And coleslaw. I mean, I do love that coleslaw.
Well, the low carb. So I would consider myself. I don't consider myself carnivore. I've
Okay.
never called myself carnivore, because I
Okay.
eat more than. I do have, keto yogurt or Greek yogurt. I do have
Yeah.
things that aren't technically considered carnivore, but I do consider myself animal based, kind of like you said, and
Yeah.
low carb animal based.
Yeah.
So when it comes to going back to the low carb plant based, there are plant-based foods that are considered low carb.
Okay, yeah,
And
sure.
that would be more so the keto diet. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's what Shark Air, or I forget his username, if that's what they
That's right,
were
yeah.
talking about.
I don't. I haven't eaten. I ate some salad a couple of weeks ago. I had some salad dressing on it, and I'm sure the salad dressing was off, and I just
Yeah.
got gas instantly. So I'm kind of scared of reintroducing vegetables at this point. Uh, Katya the Black has a question. Have either of you used exogenic ketones?
Exogenous
Thank you,
ketones.
thank you.
Yeah.
Is that like MCT oil?
I haven't, but
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay. I tried
that,
it
and they
recently.
have actual ketone products that I think Dr. Boz promotes.
Okay.
I myself have
Yeah.
not.
I tried it a couple times, like a spoonful, and it just gave me really bad stomach issues. So I said, "Nah, I'm done." Because I've experienced stomach issues so much, I'm not gonna. I'm happy not to have that. So I
Do you
have tried
track?
it.
Do you
What?
track your ketones at
No,
all?
no, I
Yeah, I
should
don't
maybe.
either.
No,
Yeah.
so I haven't used the. My husband bought it for me one time when I was trying to do keto, and tried to like be good at keto, and no, it just gave me a stomach ache. There you go.
So, with Cat
Oh.
They Black, do you track your ketones? I'm curious if you track, because I did carnivore for a month but never got energy. I would say up your fat intake.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, I don't know how you ate before going carnivore, but like I mentioned for myself earlier, I never ate red meat before I switched to. I would consider myself low carb, animal based. But before I switched, I never ate red meat. So it took me about 60 days to adjust, to transition to that way of eating. And yeah, you do feel lethargic and all that in the beginning, especially if you're not used to eating high fat foods, which if you live in the United States, you're probably not used to eating high fat foods. So I would say up your fat intake.
Sure. Yeah, I agree completely. More butter, the fatty parts of the beef, bacon. I love pork belly.
Yep.
Pork belly is
Yep.
really good.
Yep.
I felt so I've been trying to do keto for years, so I felt better within a week, honestly. And I was like waking up. Now I wake up between 4:30 and 5 in the morning, and I am just
AM?
awake.
What?
Yes, yes.
What?
And I'm so happy for that time because my kids don't wake up till 6:30. So, but
Whoa.
for me, I guess I was lucky in that I got fat adapted really easily. But yeah, just up the fat intake. Let's see what this next comment is. All right, he said,
To get my brain to crave them.
hmm,
I mean,
I've never heard of that.
I'm always food first, right?
Okay.
So uh, anything exogenous, like any supplement, because it's going to be a supplement, right? Anything that's not food is a supplement. It's not as bioavailable as food. It absorbs differently. Pills and even drops, all that
Mm,
absorbs differently than food. So I always recommend food first. So yeah, so kind of like Aaliyah said, I would up your butter. I would up your just, you can mix up like the steak. Like I had steak tips last night. Bacon, tallow is another popular one. Bone broth is awesome. I do beef bone broth a lot. Um, but I would recommend food first. But your doctor's right. Your brain does need fat, and it needs to get used to that if you're not used to it. But it's so easy to get it through food.
right. Okay, while we're waiting for the next question, here's my next question. So, we are so used to listen. I'm from Chicago, actually. I live in South America, but I'm
Oh,
from
okay.
Chicago. Yeah,
Okay.
and we're so used to
Yeah.
eating in the U.S. like the standard American diet. Like I
Yeah.
grew up on McDonald's,
Yeah.
Pizza Hut, and
Mhm.
Domino's.
Yeah.
How would you recommend as a nutritionist? Here, one second. Someone else had a comment, and I will get back to my question. I've always eaten meat. Oh wow, nice.
Oh wow. How are ostrich? Wait, ostrich
Ostrich, like the
eggs or just ostrich the
ostrich
meat?
and eggs. Yeah, ostrich or ostrich and eggs. And how do those
Interesting.
taste?
I can't I don't know about organs. Like I eat a lot of muscle meat primarily. I don't know. I heard mixed things about liver. How do you like the liver, and do you cook it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I will eat chicken liver. I will fry it up with bacon and eat chicken liver, and that's
Oh,
okay.
really?
Yeah, and salt and butter.
Is,
My
is
husband
that
says we
good?
don't need the butter. Yeah, we don't need the butter. We already got the
Yeah.
bacon.
Yeah.
It was okay. My kids ate it. No, sorry.
Oh.
My 5-year-old ate it, and she said it was delicious, and my 6-year-old said no. No, no thanks. Okay, so here's my question. We're on the standard American diet. We eat just McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. What is your best recommendation to get off of like the seed oils and the high carbohydrate
Ooh,
foods to
buddy.
transition? How do you transition over easily from
Yeah.
as a nutritionist?
So, I mean, going to those types of places, it's hard because it's all you can't really customize those types of foods.
Sure.
So, I think I made a comment on my channel for someone who asked this question. You just do the best you can. You're not going to be 100% of the time. For instance, my husband and I went to my aunt and uncle's beach house a couple months ago, and we were hungry. We were walking all day, so we went to McDonald's, and I grabbed a double quarter pounder, no bun, of course, just with the cheese, just the meat patties. And I know they cook them in oil and stuff, but that was literally our only option because it was getting late, and we were really hungry. So you just do the best you can. But if you're in a restaurant, that's where you have more leeway. You can literally you can have them modify things, like you can say you have an allergy to seed oils and ask them to cook it in butter. The chefs, I've never had a problem with the chef not accommodating. They're very accommodating. So if you just
Okay.
say you have a seed oil allergy and just ask them to cook it in butter,
Oh
they
wow.
would do that for you. I also sometimes ask them to not salt my food because
Okay.
they put other seasonings on there, not
Mm,
just salt.
okay.
So I would just add salt or whatever to my palate when the food gets to my table. So, I mean, it's very customizable in a restaurant, and that's how I would handle it in a restaurant.
Yeah. This is great advice. Yeah, exactly. I love that.
I used to bring my own sea salt to restaurants actually back in the day,
Oh, nice. Ah, yeah. Well, this makes sense.
since they have butter blend. Yeah, a lot of them have margarine. They don't.
Oh,
Some
I
of
hate
them,
margarine.
some of the higher end restaurants, I would imagine, would have actual real butter. But yeah, a lot of the restaurants buy in bulk and look to cut costs.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ostrich is amazing and super healthy, and I love liver and eat chicken and beef liver. Some
Huh.
great recipes on the internet are healthy. Thank you. I'm gonna
Interesting.
look that up. I wonder. I don't think I could
Huh.
find ostrich in Colombia other than at the zoo.
Yeah, and I think there's a law against stealing ostriches at a zoo. I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably. There's one a couple blocks from my house. Let's see. Where are you from? Is it Marina?
Marina
Marina, where are you from? Where do you find ostrich?
chicken. Huh. I have a hard time. I'm wondering if people listening, or even you, Aaliyah, if you
Yeah,
guys can find any meat fattier than 80/20. I haven't looked outside of our regular grocery stores. I do plan to go to a butcher and check, but yeah, in
yeah.
every single grocery store, I can't find less than 85 or 80% fatty meat. It's so lean.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I have never found it. My husband gets all the stuff. He gets all the meat from the butcher. Oh, awesome. Nice.
Oh,
That's probably why you can find ostrich.
yeah.
Okay, so we got another question here. Uh, do, do either of you have a favorite carnivore
Oh,
keto cookbook? No,
hmm.
I'm really boring. I'm really boring. We basically stick to beef, butter, bacon, and eggs in the house. We do double grounded pork belly, which makes it like really easy to cook, like a bacony sort of thing.
I create my own concoctions, I call them. So I just experiment. Like for instance, I made a meat pancake. I put
Oh, nice.
ground beef, bacon, of course, eggs, and a crap ton of cheese. And I
Yeah.
didn't feel like baking it. I was really lazy and really hungry. So I'm like, huh, I wonder what happens if you fry it. It literally turns into a big ass. I don't know if I can curse, but a, a big ass
They're not kicked off
pancake.
this.
A big ass pancake. It is so good.
Oh, nice. Do a
You
video.
top it
Have you
with
done a
butter.
video about that? Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
Do I
talk
have a
over you.
video?
Yeah.
No, but I should next time I
Yeah.
make it. You can make egg muffins like that too. Just add whatever meat you want, throw them in muffin tins, and they freeze very well. But yeah, I kind of create my own concoctions.
Nice, nice. So we got some more comments here. Uh, The restaurant we go to weekly is very accommodating. I
Mhm.
get the big breakfast, hold hash browns and toast, oh, nice, an extra egg and 3 extra bacon.
Oh,
That is
nice.
amazing. That is amazing. Oh, I want to say one thing. Katya, the Black, Dr. Berg has on his website actually a bunch of keto recipes. It's not the answer of my favorite, but that is a place you can go to for keto recipes. Just check it out. I would stay away from any fake sweeteners, and there are desserts on that. Stay away from the fake sweeteners, but I
Yeah.
think the other stuff, check it out. See what you think. Uh,
Ketogenic Woman, that YouTube channel,
yeah.
Anita, I think is her name. She does a ton of cooking on her channel. So if you haven't watched a Ketogenic Woman, I believe her channel's called, I would definitely check out her channel. All she does is cook and share her recipes, and she has some really good recipes on her channel.
Oh, great. Okay, that's nice. Thank you so much, Master Chef Burgess. Thank you so much.
Master Chief, oh, are you
Chief,
in
oh,
the are
chef.
you in the
I
Navy?
can't even read. I
Yeah.
can't even read anymore.
Are you in the Navy, Master Chief? Is that Navy?
Man, I'm reading chef because we're talking about food.
I read it as chef at first too.
Sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for smashing the like button. And cool, cool. Okay, so what would be, here's my next question until other people have some comments here. What would be the way to start? How would you start? You're doing a terrible diet. How would you recommend someone go full carnivore? Would you recommend,
No.
how do they get to keto? Okay, what's your
Um,
recommendation?
so I'll just explain how I did it. So a lot of people who experience the keto flu, a lot of it is at least in the beginning, it's because of the huge electrolyte dump you're doing, right? Because as soon as you get rid of the carbs, you're going to flush your system initially. So it depends on where you're starting. So if you're eating the standard American diet, which is super loaded with processed foods and garbage foods, then I would recommend just eliminating the processed garbage and just eating a whole food diet. And then just slowly cut your carbs from there. And if you're not eating a lot of animal foods, like myself, I wasn't eating a lot of red meat, slowly increase your animal foods while decreasing your carbs. But you want to do it gradually. And I recommend not doing it faster than 60 days, honestly, depending on where you're starting, because that's where your body is going to literally throw a fit and where you're going to feel like shit because you're not giving your body time to catch up to what you're trying to do. So I recommend, depending on where you're starting, standard American diet, just cut the processed foods, eat whole foods, then gradually increase your animal foods while decreasing your carbs, and do that over the next 60 days to where you want your carbs to end, where you want them to land. So if you're a 200 gram a dayer, like most Americans are, maybe cut that by 50 to 100 and keep doing that until you're at 50, 20, 30, wherever your endpoint is. And then supplement with elements or some electrolytes in the beginning to counteract that dump you're naturally going to do in the beginning of your diet. That's why a lot of people experience those symptoms, because you're not replenishing your electrolytes. So I definitely do recommend supplementing, at least for the first couple weeks or longer, depending on how you feel.
Sure.
But that's how I would recommend doing it.
Sure. Okay, thank you. Great. So let's catch up on these comments here. No, it's an honorary title given to me by Bart K. Wonderful. That is
His meat
fantastic.
militia. Okay.
I'm gonna try to talk to Bart K very soon. Actually, we'll see if
Nice.
I. Yeah. Okay. Let's see this one. Next one. Carnivore Ron says a study has recently been released about sucralose. It breaks
Huh.
down into carcinogenic chemicals in the human body. Okay, that's awesome. I should find that. Yeah, those fake sweeteners are really bad. I've recently got myself off of my erythritol slash stevia mix that I would use.
Oh.
Since I've done carnivore, I've gone off of it. I went to Bogota. The coffee was terrible. I went back onto it. No, but I have to get off of it. So,
Yeah.
so what do you think about those sweeteners? What do you think about those fake sweeteners?
I mean, all sugar is bad. I mean, if you follow Bart K, I mean, he's talked about this on his channel, but yeah, your body doesn't say, "Oh, that's table sugar. Oh, that's glucose." It's all treated the same in your body. The only difference is fructose, which is processed and absorbed in the liver, and that can lead to non-alcohol fatty liver. But all sugar is sugar is sugar. It surely doesn't matter. Sugar
Yeah.
is sugar.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. It's very inflammatory, and that's been proven time and time again. It does nothing but harm in your body. And I'm not sure about this study if Carnivore Ron actually has the name of the study or the link, that'll be awesome if you
Yeah,
can
that would be
link it in the
awesome.
comments.
Yes, please, if you have it. Thank you. All right, let's see. The next one. Would it be possible to transition to keto slowly that you become fat adapt before technically going into ketosis? What's the answer to that question?
So, as I stated earlier, I definitely recommend transitioning slowly. If you are looking to do strict keto and track your ketones, that varies from person to person, and that varies depending on what you're eating too. So, I definitely recommend decreasing your carbs and just eating higher fat meats. And higher fat fish and things like that if you do want to truly stay in keto for the long term. But I definitely recommend transitioning no matter how low you want your carbs to go, or if you want carnivore, keto, low carb, however. I definitely recommend transitioning slowly for sure, because that'll allow your body to catch up, and that it'll allow the decrease of side effects. And you're possibly going to have sleep issues because you're not used to processing that much meat and that much animal foods that tax your body, your digestive system. So you want to ease into it and just give your body time to adjust to that way of eating. And it's going to take a little bit for it to adjust.
Okay, great. Master Chief Burgess Croft K says, or a recommendation as well to avoid gut problems, explosive drugs. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just want to comment on this. So I've had like diarrhea issues for years. So just getting everything like mostly everything out of my system within a week, it was like resolved. Maybe 2 weeks, totally
Yeah.
resolved. But so I had the opposite. It was like my stomach went the opposite. But I have heard of this. I have heard of this.
Yeah, mine went the opposite too. I was actually backed up. I didn't
Oh,
have
okay.
I didn't have the explosive trots. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But no, I was backed up when I first started.
Okay. But that now it's all resolved. How long did it take to resolve?
Um, I guess a couple, like it wasn't long, maybe a couple days, but I
Okay.
wasn't used to eating that much fat either. So I mean, I
Okay.
was going from lean to fat. But yeah, a couple days, not too
Oh,
long.
okay.
Now I go about once a day, and I don't have to I don't read a book on the toilet anymore, which is good. Yeah.
Saving time.
Yeah.
No, um, I have 2 kids. I'm so used to talking about poop.
Poop is my favorite topic. I'm like a
Oh,
12-year-old boy.
we'll do a whole live stream about poop. Okay.
Yes.
I dumped all sweeteners. They just prolong my sweet tooth. They
Yep.
also trigger an insulin response. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Okay.
Because it's all sugar. So yeah, 100%.
Exactly. Your brain can't tell the difference. Your body can't tell the difference.
No.
I'm 61 years, and I've always eaten meat and have never been sick. And I eat real chocolate once a week. Lost 24 kilos to reach my goal weight in just over 5 months last year. Well done!
Wow.
Hooray! Hurrah!
24
Wow.
kilos. Is that like, so
That's
I
like
know
50
15
pounds.
kilos is 30 pounds.
It's like 50 pounds ish. I'm
So
going to
yeah.
calculate it here. It's like 2.2. I don't remember because I have to deal with this all the time living in South America times 24. It's like 52 pounds. 50
I
to
wish
52
America
pounds.
would like get with the rest of the world.
I know. I know. That's awesome. I want to lose another 50 pounds.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm working on. I don't know if my body, like, I'm not in my early 20s anymore, so I don't know if that's real, but I'm shooting for it.
How much have you lost so far?
I've lost 12 kilos. I've lost 24
So that's about
pounds.
20 something pounds.
24 pounds. A couple days ago it was 25. I really got to not look at the scale every day because that changes.
Yeah.
But for me, I have a thyroid condition, so that's a miracle that I lost 24
That's
pounds.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, even losing a pound of fat is hard. I didn't know because everyone always asks how much I lost because I lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
And I never knew, but I had COVID back in November and I went to the ER, and of course they weigh you.
Sure.
So I call my mom. So I live in Northern Virginia. My parents are I'm originally from New Jersey.
Okay.
And I called my parents. I was like, so I have COVID, but good news, apparently I lost 50 pounds.
Yes. The good news that came out of that. All right, let's check out these other communications here. Katya the Black, I'm eating fatty meat and goat cheese, under 50 carbs a day. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to be in keto though, you need to continue to drop your carbs. Your carbs aren't low enough. If your goal is keto, I would continue to drop your carbs. You're still a little too high on your carb intake. if
Okay.
that's your goal.
Yeah. Okay, good. Here we go. Eggy toast. Oh, I love some
That's an
eggy toast.
awesome.
I like
Minus
ice
the toast.
cream, cheese. Yeah, good point. Thanks for reminding me. I like ice cream, cheese, and milkshakes, but it comes at a price. I
Yeah.
suffer from lactose intolerance, which leaves me farting and bloating with diarrhea. Yes, I understand. So if you
Yep.
don't want those, you just cut those out. If you want the diarrhea, then keep eating it. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't fart anymore. My husband thanks me. But yeah, I don't fart anymore. But yeah, 100%. So we've lost the enzyme. Most people lost the enzyme, the lactase to absorb and
Mhm.
digest and break down lactose. So that's why the vast majority of the population is lactose intolerant, truly. So if that's a true issue, I would totally eliminate it. Are you carnivore or low carb currently? And still eat ice cream, cheese, and milkshakes as kind of like treats every now and then? What is your current um, diet lifestyle look like? Eggy toast.
Okay, here we go. Been eating this way for 2 months now. Okay.
Oh, so you're in the beginning of transitioning. No, that's awesome. But yeah, I believe you were talking about ketones and the keto diet. If that's your ultimate goal, then yeah, I would recommend continuing to transition and lower your carbs. If you're comfortable at 50 grams, that's a ton better than the 200 grams that the typical American dieter or typical person eats. But yeah, just go as low as you're comfortable. Don't force it. But if you think you can continue to drop your carbs, I would recommend continuing to drop your carbs.
Okay, good. Thank you. Uh, let's see here. When eating mostly protein, eggs, meat, eggs, You only poop once a week, but never constipated and feel great. I only eat one meal a day. Good for you.
So you only poop once a week? See, I like pooping. That's sad. I go once a day, maybe once every other day. But on average about once a day I'll poop. How about you, Aaliyah? How often do you poop?
I drink coffee, so at least twice a day.
Okay.
That's my vegetable of choice is coffee. I can't get rid of that.
Okay, that's
But
your vice.
yeah, that's my vice. My daughter, by the way, poops like 3 times a week.
Okay.
She's 5. She's not carnivore, but she does eat a lot. She's very heavily heavy,
Yep.
fatty meat based, but she poops like 3 times a week.
Yeah. So like
So
if you know what poop is, you will understand why it's not good to go so many times a day. It's literally
yeah.
just your body's not using the nutrients or the nutrition you're feeding it. It's just excreting it as waste. So it's
Mhm.
not good to be constantly running to the bathroom. So if you're only going once a week, that's awesome. I go, like I said, once a day, maybe once every other day. So a few times a week I'll go, but once a week, damn.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Master Chief Burgess, have you interviewed? Yes, I have. Charger Mopar yet. Rick is an interesting guy. Converse since 1978. Yes, yes, I have. He's very cool. And if you want to check out my video, it is on my channel. I think it says the Carnivore for 40 years, something like this. Something very simple. I couldn't get too smart with that title. Okay. Uh, Oh, okay. So he's saying his opinion is that it's awful to be pooping only once a week. But I think that was specifically for her. So I'm getting better at learning about how to
Yeah.
do these comments. Okay. uh, Katya the Black. Yes, keto is the goal. Eventually to ketovore. I hope after 3 months of eating under 50 carbs a day that I will be fat adapted before going keto. That my keto flu won't be a bedridden state.
Yeah. So again, I recommend supplementing. Element has good electrolytes if you haven't experienced it already. I mean, you're pretty low carb now, so I'm surprised if you haven't had any adverse side effects now. Then that's awesome. But yeah, you want to get your carbs to 30 or less if you want to be fat adapted and considered keto for your ketones. And definitely, they have ketone trackers you can get on Amazon to track your ketones as you're getting started, and then over time you'll start to recognize what good meals are and how you and your body feels being true ketosis. But yeah, I would aim for 30 grams or less of carbs as your end goal for keto specifically. Aaliyah, any thoughts on that?
Oops, oops, I lost the
Oh,
comments.
oh.
You know, I thrive on as close to zero carbs as possible. I've realized that recently. So I would say get rid of the carbs and see how you feel. So on the keto flu, my kids came home one day. My kids were sick the day I started carnivore. 2 days after I started carnivore,
Oh
and
no.
I was sick for a month.
What?
So I can't tell if I had keto flu or if my kids got me sick. So,
Yeah.
but so I don't know what happened there, but I feel so much better being close to zero as possible. So I would say go for it. Cut those carbs. Maybe get it down to 20. Maybe get it
Yep.
down to 20 carbs a day and see how you feel. There you go.
Yep.
That's mine. And she says I take salt pills every day. Electrolytes are good. Yes.
Yep. Just
Agreed.
keep in mind you lose more than salt. Yeah, sodium is the bulk of your electrolytes, and that's what you lose the bulk of. But just keep in mind that you're losing more than that, and a lot of lethargy, energy, and stuff like that can be contributed to magnesium. So if you do start to experience those effects, like always tired, groggy, lack energy, and those sorts of things, then I would look at your magnesium as well.
Great. Okay, so here we go. Carnivore on. Study was done by North Carolina State University. Researchers found sucralose damages DNA and causes leaky gut. Wow. Sold
Huh.
as Splenda and other
Oh
brands.
yeah,
Splenda is terrible. So I'm
yeah.
glad that somebody's doing some research
So
about
is
this.
stevia, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember in the 90s, my mom was telling me NutraSweet causes cancer. So I always stayed away from the pink and I went over to the yellow, the
Yeah.
Splenda. But then my parents were like, do stevia.
Yeah. It's
But
all
that's
it's
also
all bad.
it's all bad. And honestly, like I live in the coffee capital here, and it is like sacrilegious to put any sweeteners in your coffee. You just drink it black.
That is true. I don't drink any coffee.
Oh, good, good for you. Don't start.
I
Okay.
don't like it. I like the smell, but the taste, oh, it's like garbage water.
In
No
the
offense to
U.S.,
coffee
no,
drinkers.
in the U.S. it is garbage water.
Oh,
I
really?
swear. Yeah. Oh, Katya the Black says that's encouraging. Yes, it's garbage water in the United States. That's when I like start adding the creamers and the fake sweeteners.
Oh, yeah.
No. All right, here we go. Yes, mag and potassium. Yes,
Yeah.
agreed, agreed. I want to. Can I just say something really quick? And maybe you've had something
You
to say
can
on
say
this.
whatever you want. This is your show, buddy.
Oh, it's your show too. I invited you. Um, I am so in tune with my body now after I've been doing like pretty strict carnivore for 3 months. I've screwed up a few times, and every time I screwed up, my body definitely was like, I'm glad it did because no other time when I've screwed up on a diet did
Yeah.
I be like, oh, my body doesn't like that. It couldn't tell the difference. Now it can.
Yeah.
Last week, it was like the start of my cycle. I was feeling a little nauseated. Um, and so I was like, oh, I need salt. Like I instantly knew I needed salt and I took salt.
Yeah. Some women actually around their cycle do better with adding a little bit of carbs around that
Okay.
time of month.
Okay.
That's been shown to help. Now, I don't know what to
I
believe in
can't. I
science
can't.
or what not to believe because it's all
Sure.
over the place, but
Sure.
that's out there in the literature that carbs, having some carbs can help women during that time of month.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, the same with me. Like I said, I'm not carnivore, so I do eat some carbs. Like I'll eat berries and stuff like
Okay.
that, just because I like the taste. But
Sure.
if I eat something like pineapple or something higher sugar, then I feel it. So it's
Okay.
weird. Like when you eliminate those foods for a while and then
Right.
you reintroduce them, you actually get a true sense of how your body truly reacts and
Right.
feels about those types of foods. It's
Right.
wild the
It's
reactions I get eating some of the foods I used to eat all the time.
totally. Absolutely. I understand. Same here. Let's go to this next one. Let's see. I take zero supplements as a mainly protein eater. I went through menopause without noticing it. Well
What?
done. That's so exciting.
That is awesome. So
That's so exciting
I'm
for our
assuming
futures.
I'm assuming you were a carnivore before menopause. So I'm on the cusp of perimenopause right now.
Yeah.
And if I could go these next 10 years or however the hell long the world hates us women and we go through this crap, without experiencing those symptoms, I'll
Yeah.
do whatever. I'll do whatever it takes because I've heard
Sure.
nightmare stories.
Yeah, my mom has been going through some stuff, and I'm like, I hope that I will have this handled.
Yeah.
Carnivore Ron. I drink coffee maybe once every 5, 6 months. It's never important. Good for you. I've been drinking
Yeah.
it since I was 16. So,
Oof.
more than 20 years, more than 20
Oof.
years, 16, 36, almost 40, 34 years.
Math.
Yeah, math. Reading and math, not my strong points, apparently. Okay. Uh Master, Chief Burgess, what do you feel are your most significant health improvements since going keto
Ooh.
carnivore? For me, it was losing all the aches and pains, lower back, shoulders, arthritic joints. Yes, awesome. Nicole, why don't you answer that one first, and then I will speak.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm actually, before I get into mine, I have a type 2 diabetic client, and he actually just got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and I'm trying to get him low carb.
Yeah,
So that's awesome, Master Chief Burgess, that you experienced that, because I'm actually
yeah.
trying to do the same for my client. So for me, I think the most significant would be my mental health. So I had anxiety since I was a kid. Specifically, I guess they would classify it as generalized anxiety. So I was telling Aaliyah before the stream, or right at the beginning, that about just shy of 2 months into my low carb journey, my low carb transition, I gave a public talk to 50, 60 people, my largest audience. And usually the old Nicole would have, sweat, blood rush into my head, my heart racing, and it would be like an outer body experience. But that talk, almost 60 days in, I had no physiological response at all. I was confident. I was cool, calm, and collected. I don't have anxiety anymore. So I think my mental health improvement for me would be the most significant since changing my lifestyle.
That's awesome. That's incredible. I love to hear about the mental health stories. I love to hear about
Yep.
people getting off of their medications because there's so many
Yeah.
like terrible side effects, and then you hear so much that they don't even help people. So it's like,
No,
what's the point? Like,
I
it's
can I can go on a whole thing of, because I'm senior nutrition certified as well, so
yeah.
specifically 65 plus. And I
Okay.
will say our senior population health, it's god awful. They're being fed god awful food. They're being treated god awful. Like, it's just bad. But a lot of, when you age biologically, your ability to absorb nutrients naturally decreases, just part of the aging process. But a
Sure.
lot of those medications and pills that doctors are so quick to prescribe can make the absorption of nutrients from food even more difficult than it already is. It counteracts.
Hmm.
So yeah, just because you said pills and medications,
Sure.
it causes a lot of issues,
Oh
especially
wow.
in our senior population.
Sure. I bet. I bet. Okay, so for me, I started to try to lose weight because I was almost 210 pounds. I'm 5'6" short,
Oh, you're
maybe
not
five
short.
five.
You're average. Get out of here.
Anyways, I was feeling not happy with my weight. But then crazy. So within a week, I mean, now I don't care about my weight. I know it's going to come off as it comes off, but my sleep improved. I'm sleeping so much better. My body must have been in like chronic flight or fight mode, and like too much adrenaline, too much cortisol, and now I can just sleep, and it was just terrible before. Uh, but the biggest thing for me, you have to understand, since the age of 13, I think I had endometriosis.
Endometriosis.
Yes, and that
Yeah.
is terrible. I'm going to do a whole video about this. I've done one. I'm going to do another one. Now that I did a video about painful menstrual cycles, and then someone said, "Sounds like you had that condition." And so then, first time I ever like I've heard of that, but the first time I started researching, I'm like, "Oh my god, this is nuts."
Yeah.
So after having kids, the excruciating, debilitating pain went away, but still, I think having any pain is ridiculous. You should.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not natural. It's not normal. And so my level of pain went to like a bearable level. And
Huh.
now, like my first cycle, 3 weeks into carnivore, I'm like, what? Why is there no pain?
That is awesome.
Yes, yes. So I'm going to talk more and more about this. Actually, that's what I'm going to talk to Bart K about, because these women, 1 out of 10 women have this disease. It might be even more. It's so hard to diagnose. You need to get an operation to get it diagnosed. They actually have
Yeah.
to go inside of your body, and it takes
Oh
forever to
really?
diagnose. Yeah. So They have to see where this extra tissue is growing, etc.,
Huh.
to see if you have it. Like, I'm learning a lot about this. So,
Huh.
so the biggest thing for me is, oh my God, I can have a menstrual cycle that's like a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I'm almost 40. And now
Yeah.
it's like, hello, I was so worried when my daughter was born. Like, I need to figure this out before she hits puberty, because she can't go through the 20 years of physical torture that I went through. And like, people don't really understand. And that's not to be negative for people that don't understand, but pain is very personal, I guess. And oh, Katya the Black has this, and I'm gonna get back to these other comments, but she has this.
Endometriosis, yeah, that
Yes,
and PCOS are the
you,
two most common things that women suffer from, and it can
yeah,
100% be controlled by making dietary
yes.
changes.
I would say then, I would say right now to Katya, get beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Eat a ton of red meat. Just immediately, you're already suffering every single month. Like, there's nothing to lose. Like, just cut all the carbs and see what
Yep.
happens over the next month or two. Because I don't know if I'm just like a freaking miracle or if this is a real deal. So that's my recommendation for you. And just do that beef, butter, bacon, and eggs for the next 2 months, and just see what happens in your next menstrual cycle. And if something does happen, come back to me, because I want to do a video with you and talk to you about that.
Well,
All
think
right.
about what your reproductive organs are, right? They
Yeah.
need fat, right? So if you're
Right.
feeding it excess carbs, which are inflammatory, and not a lot of fat, of course, things are going to present itself differently in different people, but
Right.
your body's not going to respond very well. And in women still with their menstrual cycle, that's one of the ways to present itself with
Right.
endometriosis, PCOS, and other
Yeah.
hyperinflammatory conditions.
Sure. Sure. I will say, just not to over exaggerate, like sometimes I feel a little discomfort, but you got to understand, like, if you ask me on a scale of 1 to 10, like how painful those experiences were, I could have said like 10, because I thought that was normal, but it was like 1,000, because it's not
Wow.
normal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now if it gets up to like 5, 4, it's still painful, but, and it's not even
It's
that bad.
bearable.
Yeah, but now it's like 1 or 0.5 or 0. Maybe the discomfort is like 0.5. Anyways, I'm going to stop. I got to stop going on and about this, but we got to catch up on these comments. Marina, I've been drinking coffee for most of my life and still do. It has not had any impact on my weight or health. I love coffee. Thank you. How do you do the heart? Heart. Heart for coffee.
Reading
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. Carnivore Ron, my significant improvements. After 2 years of carnivore, I started going to the gym. I've eaten carnivore for 5 years.
Oh,
Yay! Thank you. That's inspiring.
this morning I squatted 37 times holding 50 pounds. I'm 71. Damn, carnivore Ron. That's
Yes,
badass. Good for
yes,
you.
that's awesome. I was at the pool this morning, and I had my kids on my son or my daughter on my shoulders, and I was trying to hold my breath underwater and walk, and that was my exercise.
I mean, people think, this is a good example. Carnivore Ron over here. People think, being frail and weak is a normal part of aging, but it's 100% not. So
Look,
good for you, Ron,
yeah,
proving people
awesome.
wrong right here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right. Katya the Black. Carnivore cured my SIBO. What? That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
It has been 4 or 5 months and it hasn't come back. Eating low carb
Heck
so
yeah.
far has eliminated UTIs, yeast infections, improved joint pain symptoms, stabilized my blood sugar. Awesome.
Damn.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing your story. Let's see. NM personal training. Hey there, I'm a personal trainer. So this is great. Listen for me. It's a great listen for me. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for being here with us.
Who's your primary clientele? Do you work with all ages, or what age range do you specifically work with?
Let us know. Here we go. Master Chief Burgess, you're short. Then I'm tiny. What? You look so much taller in your photo.
I'm 5 feet. I'm 60 inches even.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna say something. So I'm so happy to learn about this when my kids are young and they're eating like a lot of protein. They're super active. Like 7:30 this morning, 8 o'clock, we're outside. They're rollerblading. 9:30, we're at the pool. Yeah, they don't eat carnivore, but they eat lots of meats. And my son, I swear to God, he's gone through this growth spurt. He's 6. He's gonna be taller than me by the time he's 8.
Good for him. My mom, when I was a kid, told me to stand in the doorway with my hands up in the air to stretch. That shit didn't work.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. Myrna Murray, I'm on no
Still
medication.
rocking at 61 years old.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, everyone, please tell us your stories in the comments. It's inspiring for us also.
61's not that old. 61's not old though. Come on, man.
No, it's not. I'm going to live to be 100. So 61
That's
is
what
only
I'm
like
saying.
a third of my life that I plan.
My goal is 120. I don't know why.
Oh, 120? Oh, wow. Oh,
I know.
wow.
I'm
Good,
not going to
do
live
it.
that long. I
No,
know.
you should. You should. With like, but the point is being like, uh, uh, up here you're still thinking and you can still move. That's the point. You can still
That's
do
what
what
I'm
you want.
saying.
All right. I have clients that have endo. It's hard on them. Exercise is great. Oh wow. Okay, that's good to know. No, yeah, no exercise. Maybe I just never tried it. I never personally tried exercise.
During that time, you're in so much pain that would turn me off. I wouldn't. Who wants to
I
exercise in that
I
much
mean
pain?
maybe before. Maybe like not
Oh,
during that time, probably during the month. Okay. Uh I look forward to that. Great. Here we go. And sugar. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you just said the worst thing ever. Maybe I should get rid
caffeine.
of caffeine. But I haven't gotten rid of caffeine, but I've gotten rid of all of my other pain.
Yeah.
But maybe I should. It's my last vice. I got rid of sugar. I got rid of smoking. I got rid of junk food. This is the
Damn,
last.
girl. You
This is
smoke too?
Oh yeah, that probably
Oh
didn't help
man.
anything. But the endo pain started way before I was smoking. That was probably due to McDonald's.
Yep.
Okay. Katy Black. I take pill contraceptive every day with no placebos so I can skip the period. I didn't know that carnivore could fix it. I think it could. I think okay, so actually I was also on the pill, and that did help the endo symptoms, but I think that if you read those what's it called? Those warning labels or what is it? The warnings?
Side effects.
Side effects. The side effects are terrible in the long
Oh
run.
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not a doctor. She's a nutritionist, but
They
we're not
track with your
doctors.
hormones.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I tried them when I was a kid because I would get ovarian cysts like so bad that I almost had to have one of my ovaries removed, and I had to stop taking the pill I was on. Granted, this was many, many, many years ago, like 30 years ago, not to age myself, but
Yeah.
so they've changed since then. But my side effects were so much worse than the other symptoms that I was taking
Right.
the pill for that I had to stop taking the pill.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I would just do research because I care, and I would do research because blood clots, heart issues, all these things apparently. I
Yeah.
think carnivore has helped me get rid of any symptoms, most 99% of the symptoms. So I would I don't want you to be in pain, so I understand where you're doing that, but I would maybe wean yourself off of that and
Yeah.
then just try the carnivore and see how
Or
that helps.
find a doctor that's not in a
There you go.
hospital setting or a
Right.
clinical setting because they're bound by the guidelines. They can't
Mhm.
recommend a low carb or a carnivore diet type thing. But if you find someone who practices on their own, they would be more likely to talk to you about nutrition, because that's a problem with our medical, right?
Right.
Is it's all pills and pushing pills and not treating
Sure.
the underlying symptoms. But in the medical profession, regardless of your country, I'm sure it would be the same. I don't know, but in the United States, they're bound by the federal guidelines, and they can get their hand slapped or even lose their license by promoting a diet or a lifestyle outside of the guidelines. So I would just caution you of talking to a doctor about your diet in that type of setting, because they might not be helpful. But if you find a doctor outside of that setting, they might be more helpful to talk about these things with.
Sure. Okay, great. Here we go. Oh no, we got a quiz. We got a quiz here. Trick question. One of the concerns that is often raised, if you go keto, you can get ketoacidosis. True. No, go look at Dr. Berg's videos about that because I'm not a
Yeah,
doctor.
that's
Or Dr.
that's
Berry.
definitely floating around, and that's like a scare tactic. I
Yeah.
mean, look at all these people who have been following these diets for 40, 60 plus years. We didn't have these chronic issues and these symptoms and health issues that we're experiencing now hundreds of thousands of years ago. These are all new. All these chronic health issues, they're new. These are all new. But yeah, that's not true. But I'm not a doctor. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'll be 70 in October.
Heck
Nice.
yeah.
September 2018, carnivore, October 21. Well done. Yay. You
Nice.
don't look 70. You don't look 70 in your photo. It must be the keto and the carnivore. The keto and the carnivore. So are you Master Chief
Master
Burgess?
Chief, not chef.
Yeah, Master Chief. Are you in New Zealand? Where do you live? Everybody let us know in the comments where you are. I'm in Pereira, Colombia. And Nicole is in
Northern Virginia,
Northern
United
Virginia.
States of America.
Yes, 100. Absolutely. Yes, let's do this.
Ooh.
I would love that. Thank you so much. I'll shoot you, if you have your email on your channel, I'll shoot you an email sometime today. Thank you. 100%. All right. Yes, the UK, even better. We got a British accent. Nice.
Dude, I love to talk nutrition with you. I'm curious what you recommend your clients. So yeah, maybe we can do a 3-way live.
Yeah, absolutely. Love going live and talking to people. It's much easier for me than making videos, to be totally honest.
That's true.
Because I have to I overthink what I say, and then after I make a great video, I'm like, oh, I don't like it. Is that really I just way overthink it, and a live forces me to I said it. It's out of my mouth. Sorry, can't take it back.
Plus, it's more fun.
Oh, it's way more fun. I love talking to the people. I love talking to all you guys. Thank you guys. There's 11 people here right now, and thank you all for being with us this far. Oh, by the way, we're at an hour. Nicole, do you have more time?
I have a little bit more time, yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll keep going. I got
fun.
my Sunday, and the kids are still at the pool with the hubby, so I'm good. All right. Answer yes, in certain circumstances. Okay, this is the answer to the pop quiz. If you are, I don't know what T2D is.
Type 2 diabetes.
Oh, okay, as I was, and taking an SGLT2 inhibitor, for example.
Semaglutide, I think.
Okay, Froxiga, like I was, and you are a small frame like I have, then you can, like I did. Okay. Thank you for answering the question about ketoacidosis. Okay, now we're all a few IQ points smarter.
Yeah, I'm not super smart on ketoacidosis at this point.
Yep, there you go. I think we will call it a day now. What is that word? Rascarlet? What does that mean?
Rasclart?
Yeah, what's that?
This is a Rasclart setup. Don't want to hear a Bombaclart word in this place. Now, obviously, you don't know Jamaican Don already.
Huh? Yeah, we're confused.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Thank you for the comment. Helps people come to the live stream. I'm in Toronto Alley in the United Tornado Alley.
Toronto, reading hard. Aaliyah's fired.
I live in Irving, Texas. I don't miss tornado.
Is that Tornado Alley?
I think Tornado Alley. Can you tell us where Tornado Alley is? I thought it was like North Texas, Oklahoma, that area.
I'm from the East Coast, so I miss everything except for the snow here.
I'm definitely not missing the Chicago winters. Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. I spent 5 days in hospital with severe diabetic ketoacidosis. 6 weeks after. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
Wait, are you near the fires that are going on in Canada? Our air quality here in the DC area was god awful. This week it just started clearing up today. The air quality was pretty bad here. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, nothing happens here. Oh no, we have a volcano. It's like not erupting, it's ashing, and that does something with the air quality.
Well, nothing really happened here, but all the stuff in Canada, all the wildfires, it's just coming down on the East Coast.
Hey, thanks. I hope you subscribe to both of us. Not to put you on the spot, but thanks for the sub. Whoever got it.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. She's North Texas up to South Dakota. Yeah, no, I experienced some crazy tornadoes there. This is crazy tornadoes. Okay, I think there's a great benefit for people with endo who exercise. I get them to start slow, but then get them to push themselves. It's yielding pretty good results. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks so much. Thank you. So many women suffer from this, and it's got to be. We got to change it. I need to see when Big Food started making all those fake foods, and when I'm going to see if I can find some graphs because I'm sure there's a correlation.
Oh, there's 100%. I did a deep dive a long time ago. I think it's pre-World War One or two,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
where they increased the lobbyists doubled our sugar recommendation to keep the soldiers energized
Oh
over in
no.
war, and that's when it started. And about that time to early 70s, that's when our portion size started doubling. So yeah, it was around the world wars that things started to
Oh, it's
go
very
kind of
interesting.
haywire.
Super interesting.
Probably
Control.
before that, but that's what I found when I was looking into it a couple years ago.
Sure. I wonder if it has anything to do with making like people more docile and like soldiers more controllable as the real reason. Just
Oh
thinking
yeah,
right now. All right. Yep. 400 plus forest fires in BC at the moment. Oh my God. That's terrible.
that's terrible. Yeah.
That's
Like I said,
horrible.
I had no idea. I don't watch the news, but we went outside and I had to shut the windows because I couldn't breathe with the fresh air coming
Yeah.
in. It really wasn't fresh, but you could not see our skyline. It was so
Oh,
hazy you
wow.
could not see off into the distance. I think New York got it the worst. It skipped my parents in New Jersey for whatever reason, but yeah, DC, like this whole area, yeah, it was pretty bad for a couple days there.
Oh,
It's
wow.
sad. I
Yeah. It's
hope
very sad.
everyone's okay.
Yeah. I hope so too. Okay. Here we go. Keep in mind though, BC is a big province, 4x area of Great Britain. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
Next is geography lesson. First, Alia read better. Second, geography.
I don't think Alia read better is happening today, but we'll get it next time.
They think used cola in the wars
Oh
too. Oh,
yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, no, it's all pre-planned. Okay, so let's see. We're going on an hour and 5 here. And anyone else have any other questions, comments, concerns? Ask us anything. We'll answer with the best of our opinions.
Yeah, with the best of our abilities.
Yeah.
Wait,
Let's
my
see here.
last time watching, there's a oh, I'm behind in my
Oh, do
comment
you?
reading.
Oh, do we have? Oh, we don't have the
No,
same comments.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I can't add comments, but
Oh, okay. Because I'm hosting. This has been very enjoyable. Looking forward to next time. Yes, I will send you a message and we'll be in touch. Thank you for stopping by. So nice to talk to you. And yeah,
cats
maybe we
are
could do a three-way. Katya the Black? A
no.
three-way live stream. That came out really funny.
I was gonna correct you, but you got it. We'll
I
do
got your thought went right here.
we'll do a virtual three-way
Live stream on
live
YouTube.
stream on YouTube. So cats are used at 12:11. She said, I know this was a while ago. My last time watching, please
Oh
stop
yeah, that was the
interrupting.
first comment because
Yeah, what does that mean?
earlier, like right before I hopped on, I saw she commented. I guess she didn't like one of my videos. She said I'm unsubscribing, so that's probably what that means.
Oh,
I don't know what that means.
well, that's mean.
People can say what they want, do what they want. I
You
don't
girls are
care.
great fun to watch. Oh,
Aw, thank you so much. Okay, let's. Okay. Thanks. Thanks so much. Yeah, see, that's the point. That's why I like doing live streams. Once it's out of my mouth, I can't take it back.
dude, I have a Jeep, and every
Yeah,
once in a while I was like, yeah, this is perfect weather to take my top off. I was like, of my Jeep.
yeah, exactly. It's the whatever Freudian slips. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Okay, here we go. I used to be a big
big
Don
Don.
munching hamburgers, ice cream every day. I've turned my life around, and now all I eat is water and crackers. That must be a joke. I've been losing weight. I've been twiddling my thumbs on the couch 16 times a day, going for next 20
That's
next week.
not
Also,
exercise thermogenesis,
go to the
baby.
pool. Go to the pool, everybody, if you
That's
can.
neat right there.
Okay. Got to make brekkie now. Eggs, Benny. Oh, wow. Sounds delicious.
Oh,
Sounds delicious. Talk to you later, Master Chief Burgess. We love an Indian in the UK. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. All right.
I
Well,
just love the accent. I don't care
yeah,
what comes out of your mouth. It all
I'm
sounds
trying
good
to
to me.
see his picture. Oh, I thought he was like kissing an animal. I'm looking at the picture, but he's lifting a weight.
Is that a weight? It looks like a bow and arrow from here. It looks like
Oh, it
some
looks like a
battle
weight.
scene.
I thought it was like a some sort of animal, but there you go. That makes more sense lifting a weight since he's a personal trainer. Okay. Okay, I guess that's it. Do you have anything else you want to say? How do we reach you, Nicole? How do we reach you? If anyone
Yes.
wants nutrition advice.
Oh, it's a weight. Okay, it is a
Yeah.
weight. It looked like a battle scene from here. I'm like, damn, that looks like some war scene. I wish I could zoom in on your photo. Yeah. So I'm a nutrition talk from a former fat girl on the YouTubes. And then my website is darkhorse-nutrition.com. Feel free to check it out. My contact information is located on my website. If you want to have a free chat or sub to my YouTube channel, I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. And like and subscribe. I think everybody liked this video. I hope so.
Yeah.
We'll talk again. I love doing live streams. Anyone in the chat who's have some success stories, I'm going to find you and personal training, and we are going to talk soon. What is the YouTube, Nicole? I'll sub to you too. Okay, so do you want to put it? Can you put it in the chat and then I'll put it up here?
Let me see if I can type.
She's putting it's a nutrition talk with a former fat girl. Is that what it is? Your YouTube channel? And it's at former fat girl.
Can you see that?
Oh yeah, there you go. I'm gonna put it up here. Here we go. Nutrition.
Thanks.
talk.
And then Cat Tay the Black, personal training. I'll try to do some body weight stuff today in 1 minute intervals. Nice.
There you go.
Get her done. I've got Nicole's link. What's yours?
Oh, it's I'm gonna give me 1 second here. I'm just gonna. Can you still see me? I totally did something else. I'm not, okay.
Well, we'll see if she can type. She can't read, so
I can't read. I don't know how you can even do YouTube.
Can you type?
I don't know how. I don't know how I've done anything this far.
She was, in full disclosure, she was in the pool like 5 minutes before our chat, so I think she had chlorine toxicity poisoning or something.
So okay, so here's the deal. In Colombia, the time zone doesn't change, but in the US, the time changes. So I'm always confused, not always, but sometimes I get confused if I'm on Eastern or Central. So I'm at the pool because it's right outside. It's 10:51. I'm looking at the clock, 10:51. Oh no, I don't have an hour. I have 9 minutes. So I run inside. My hair is still wet. No makeup on.
It was pretty awesome. She hopped on. She's like, "Oh my god!"
So there you go. That's what happened. Here's my YouTube. It's here, and you see my face, and it says Alia Wells. So there you go.
Look at that face, and
please
not a battle scene, not a weight.
All right. I think we could literally keep talking forever, but if you don't have anything else you want to add, I don't have anything else today.
What is the other YouTube channel?
So that's mine, Alia Wells. Literally just type my name and you see my face. And it looks a lot cuter here than it does on the screen right now. Okay, there you go. And thank you.
Thank you.
Rock on. Thank you so much.
We'll be reaching out to do a 3-way live with your British accent soon.
Yeah. Hey, hop on. I'll let you on the live right now. If you have stream.
Hey, he said, let's keep talking.
I know. Do you have StreamYard? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yay.
Thank you.
We can keep talking. One, you can ask any questions. That'll keep us talking.
Well, you heard my story. So, Aaliyah, what landed you from Chicago to South America? Let's hear that story.
Oh, okay. So in 2015, I was doing some religious work in South America, and there was a church opening in Bogota, and I met my husband in an elevator.
What, in an elevator?
Yeah, someone's like, "This is Caesar." I'm like, "Cool, nice to meet you." And then there you go. We're away.
That is awesome. That's a match made in heaven right there. Like, how did it go from the elevator to the first date? Like, this is so much more intriguing than keto.
He in Bogota, I don't know. It's a little bit dangerous, but I'm from Chicago. So, but there's different things. Like in Chicago, you can walk around with your cell phone. No one's going to snatch it out of your hand. So there's things I have to learn. I never wear jewelry. I didn't even buy a wedding ring. We don't have one, neither of us, because I don't want to wear jewelry, for instance.
Oh, wow.
You want to, it's just, there's something, do you speak Spanish, by the way?
Me?
I don't, yeah. You look
Oh,
like you could be
no hablo
Latino.
español. No.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, don't mean to be like rude. I'm
No,
not trying to be
do you
rude.
know what the phrase I like saying? Yo tengo
Yeah.
el gato en mis pantalones.
I don't wait, you're
I
gonna have to
have a
say
cat in my pants.
that. That's very funny. um anyways, so he was basically taking care of me. And actually at first I had no interest. I had no interest. He had like a weird haircut and all of a sudden he cut his hair and he was super hot.
That is fun. That's funny.
No, at first I had no interest and he was like taking care of me and helping me.
Aw.
And then like at that moment in my life, I was like, oh, maybe it's time to start a family. I'm like in my 30s. And he also was like, yeah, I want to start a family. And so there you go. And we've been
There you
together
are.
since 2015 and have two beautiful children. And
Aw.
we went back to Chicago and that was like a real culture shock for him. So, and I loved Columbia. So I came back. All right. So here we go. Next.
Oh wow.
That's
Ton
next.
of questions.
Yeah. Good to hear your nutrition thoughts and my exercise experience. Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah,
That
no,
would be great.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That'll be fun.
That's amazing. And I
The
know
elevator. I think
the
the elevator.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Did you play it cool?" Obviously, she wasn't turned
Oh,
on
I
at
was
first.
literally not even interested at first. I was like, ew, look at his hair. I'm not really like a vain person. Like I didn't have any interest, but he had interest. And then I'm glad he continued to seek out this relationship.
And cut his hair.
And cut his hair. Yeah, no, one day I was like, holy cow, he's so hot. And it happened to be like he was getting in the elevator again.
Oh my god. It's like it's like you had to meet in the elevator.
So weird. Like people nowadays they go on Tinder. Let's not even talk about that, but like various like dating websites and
Yeah.
or apps. I just like let's go old fashioned. Let's go on some like dates. Let's like have a coffee. Let's like talk and like learn the other person and not just
Aw.
hookup culture. The end.
I
Okay.
winked at my husband
Aw.
on Match.com. I was like,
Aw. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's a good story. I just don't like hookup culture. But however you meet your guy, that's great. Or gal, guy or gal. Okay. Wait. One last question. Have either of you heard of keto carnivore helping someone who is sick and bedbound? Here, yes. I did an interview. After this, if you want, you can go watch this interview. It says conquering obesity, and the thumbnail says something about can you cure diabetes. And there's a gentleman named semi-retired Bob who 1 year ago he's lost 150 pounds. He couldn't stand up for like more than a minute or two at a time, and he can only walk for a minute or two. That's not necessarily bed bound, but he was very sick. And he yeah, he's handled everything. I would watch that. That's super inspiring, that interview. And you can go check out at semi-retired Bob if you want. And he's got a lot of good information about that. Because I was not personally sick and bedbound, but a lot has changed for me.
It also depends on what you're sick and bedbound from. Like, what's the reasoning too? Like, yeah, the carnivore, your diet's magic, but it can't cure or fix everything.
Sure.
So it depends on why you're sick and bedbound and what your issues are and how long you've had those issues too. So if you've been, sick and following some sort of way of eating your entire life, like 40 plus years, and then switch to carnivore, for instance, you may be metabolically damaged to the point where it can't reverse everything, but it can make things better. So it's really person dependent, and it really depends on what's going on.
I know she was having like Katya was chatting, and I didn't put that up, but she was talking to somebody else about having Lyme disease, and I don't know about that. I know.
Oh, check out my interview with Jamie Bennett. She has Lyme disease. She's a functional nutritionist. I did an interview with her, and she talked about how the low carb animal based diet. She's not specifically, I guess she would align more so with like ketovore, but she talks a lot about how the diet has helped her and her journey and how she got Lyme disease and how that affected her and how changing her diet helps. So check out that interview. That might help you if you are struggling with Lyme disease. That video specifically talks about Lyme disease.
Yep. Great. I'll check that out. So do you guys know each other in real life?
No.
This is real life. This is real life right here.
This is our first time chatting.
Yeah, it is. We've been emailing back and forth because I saw an interview that she did with Dave Mack on no carb life. Zero carb? Is he zero carb or no
he's
carb?
no carb life.
Okay, so Dave Mack is a buddy of mine that I also don't know in real life, but he lives in Japan, and I saw an interview he did with her, and then I reached out to her. because I wanted
Yeah.
to talk to her. So that's how it happens. And I
We
love
have similar
YouTube.
personalities.
Oh
So
yeah, we do.
it's pretty outgoing.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun here. So yes, July 2015 is when I met my husband, and it's possible. It's possible. Let's talk about relationships for a second. No relationship is like what you're going to find in a rom-com, and if you want a relationship to work, you have to work on it. It's a constant creation and working thing, and especially if you have kids. So we went like straight into the kids thing, and that's that's like relationship lovey-dovey kids. Uh, We've been together since 2015, and my son was born in 2016. There you go. There you go.
Damn, girl. We went
Yeah.
straight from the
Yeah.
elevator to
The
okay.
elevator to the cama.
You
to the
skipped a
bed.
couple runs.
No, but no, we were just kind of certain, and luckily we made it work because I know people in relationships for years.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just saying having kids adds a little bit to it. There you go. The elevator magic.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, she'll watch it.
Oh,
Probably
you're
mine
welcome.
and yours.
Hopefully it helps.
Nice, nice. That is how I found you, that interview. Oh, that's how you found Nicole or me, because we both talked today.
Or both.
Or both, yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
I really hope this helps. I hope you can get out of bed. I hope that you're able to like improve enough so you're not bedridden.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I shall look at those interviews. Very interesting. I want to improve my nutrition knowledge too. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Check out Dr. Ken Berry. Check out Dr. Chafee. Those guys are going to answer a lot of questions. We're just two girls. She's a nutritionist. I'm not. I'm just a girl having fun doing carnivore, losing weight, and improving my health and my happiness.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just a nutrition professional going against the grain over here.
Yeah,
ruffling
awesome.
some feathers.
There you go. Yeah, ruffling feathers. Exactly. Okay. I am now single after a 4-year relationship. Not unhappy, but want a long-term thing.
Go in the elevator. Just ride the elevator.
Yeah. Here's my relationship advice. Here's my new channel. I'm going to do relationship advice. Look. Relationships are a lot of work. They can be hard and they can be awesome, but they can be very hard. And my advice is talk about everything, even the stuff you don't want to talk about, even the stuff you feel bad about, even the stuff like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have like flirted with that girl at the bar. Not whatever. I'm not saying you do that. I'm just saying like the stuff you feel bad about that you don't want to tell your significant other. That's the most important stuff to tell, even if frying pans are going to be flying at you. Just
don't always try to be right.
And don't always try to be right. I need to work on that.
Or the woman's always right. Either way, I win. So.
There you go.
I'm kidding.
I think you're being like, don't yourself, like, listen to the other person. Let them listen to you.
Don't try to be right. Try to resolve.
There you go. Wait. Nice.
Heck yeah. Ride that bad boy up and down.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Carnivore Ron is telling us his relationship advice. Communicate. When our children were little, we worked opposite shifts, no babysitter. Yeah, exactly. Communicate. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Communicate. I have my life set up. My husband and I, we both work from home and we have a tutor. So we are with our kids. They're with us. Like, I grew up in Chicago. They wanted to put me on like Ritalin when I was like 6 at a public school. I'm like, not doing that to my kids, not putting them in an environment that I can't control. So I agree with that 100%. The only time I have a babysitter is if it's with grandma and we can go on a date, because date nights are also very important. You got to do that too.
Yeah.
So I want to say, Nicole, the Lyme one. Oh, I guess that's the interview. She saw that got her too.
Yep,
awesome.
That's the interview.
Awesome.
Cool.
Okay. Let's see what we got. We got a few. I work too long hours for a minute at the moment. LOL. Okay, that's fine. Help one of your beautiful endo people that have endo and cure it for them, and they will love you for the rest of existence.
If you watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, check out the dentist system. We just rewatched that episode yesterday. That'll help you get some ladies. I'm kidding. Don't follow that. It's really bad advice, but it's hilarious.
But I don't know what that is.
Always Sunny. It's the best show.
Okay. All right. Oh my God.
Carnivore
I
trucker.
love him. He's awesome. He's my buddy. He's my buddy. Thank you. Hey, I'm gonna try. He's having a live stream today with my other buddy, Carnivore Kip. It's at Carnivore Trucker. I don't want to mess it up. What time is your live stream? What time is your live stream? I hope to catch it, but I have an interview at 6. Let us know, Carnivore Trucker. Okay, here. What now that you're our low carb? What is your favorite food? Because they want us to keep talking. What is your favorite meal?
Who, me?
Yeah, you, Nicole.
I kind of like the steak and cream cheese combo.
Oh wow,
it is so good.
wow.
But I also like my new chili. Now, granted, I make it with some tomatoes because my husband, but I make it with beef bone broth. Like a pound and a half of ground beef, so very meaty.
Yeah.
Full fat cream cheese, tomato paste, tomatoes. Obviously, you don't have to add those, but it is so freaking savory and filling. It's delicious. So either the
awesome.
chili or the steak with full fat cream cheese. If you haven't tried the full fat cream cheese and steak combo, you're welcome.
Okay, I will try that. I'm gonna wait till I go to the U.S. whenever I end up visiting again because the cream cheese here is really bad.
Oh,
But
that's sad.
okay, so yeah, it is. It is. The butter is amazing. The cream cheese is really bad. All right, so check out the Carnivore Truckers live with Carnivore Kip, 7 p.m. Central on both of their channels. That's going to be a fun conversation. I'm positive. And I will try to be there. I'm not sure if I can. I got so much happening today, but
Yeah.
I love his live streams. Okay, next. Steak is amazing. All 11 people, yeah, steak is amazing. All 11 people, please put in the comments your favorite carnivore or keto food, or if you're none of the above, what your favorite food is. Okay.
Well, what's your favorite food? You can't ask. You can't ask and leave yourself out.
Let's see. I love steak. I love fatty steaks,
Yeah.
and a close second is bacon. And
Okay.
I don't love eggs, but I will eat them because they're like very good for you. Have you noticed, Nicole, since you've changed how you're eating, like, does your tongue only want specific, or your body only want like less and less different types of foods?
Yeah, my cravings have totally decreased. So all
Okay.
I want are steaks. I actually get these meat patties, like the ground beef patties, like hamburger patties with 3 different types of beef.
Yeah.
From different parts of the cow. That's what I crave a lot. That, cheese, and bacon are what I crave more. Whereas before this way of eating, I used to crave chocolate like 100% of the time, just chocolate and sweets. Now I just crave like just beef and cheese. That's all I want.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I crave beef. I crave beef. That's the only thing I actually crave if I were to crave anything, but I love bacon. So, hasta la vista. Talk to you later. NM Personal Training. Thanks so much for stopping by. It was great to chat also.
Talk soon, UK.
Yes, yes. I love the British. Wish I was.
British.
Okay, the Carnivore Trucker. I'm cooking up some bacon and 1.6 pounds of London cut steak. Nice.
Damn.
Sounds good. And I'm happy that you're doing that. So the Carnivore Trucker is actually driving a truck of bacon if you look at his logo.
Is that what that is? It looks like a motorcycle with some skeleton hanging from the top. Apparently, I can't read logos.
That's him with his tattoos holding a.
Oh, like that's a person? It looks like a freaking skeleton with a biker jacket.
Oh. Oops. I still like the logo. Okay, here we go. Carnivore on. I haven't used my oven in over 2 years. I have an air fryer roast or chicken in air fryer 50% each time. Okay.
Nice.
Each 50% each. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I don't have ovens are not common in Colombia, so I just have stovetop.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's really weird. It's really weird. But you live in Virginia and DC area, you probably have a stove.
And I have a stove. I use a crock pot like no one's business, though. I actually cooked my steak tips in the crock pot last night. Oh my God, they just like melt in your mouth. It was so delicious.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I just realized now we're going an hour and a half, and I love talking to you, and I love chatting. We've gone from like actually answering people's like questions about carnivore and keto to something else. We've gone
to marriage advice,
dating advice, marriage advice. Any other advice you need? We'll give our opinions happily. But I realized 12:30, and I gotta make lunch for my kids. We will do this again, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Who wants us to do this again? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And what do you want us to talk about if we do this again? We can just come on here and chat again.
Yeah. Wait a second. Okay, we gotta wait a second here.
Wait a second.
Sean says to wait a second. His name is Sean.
Oh, Sean.
Sean.
Not a
He's
skeleton
Scottish
in a
Irish
biker
Texan.
jacket.
He's Scottish Irish Texan.
I like it.
Yeah. I was on his channel last week. Oh yeah, you saw that, right?
I think I commented. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, because somehow we started talking about Slayer. That's what happens. We need to have set questions. The specific subject to talk about.
Said yes, you are a great team. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we love talking to you all.
Yeah, this was tons of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do this again.
Of course. Okay, great. Yeah, and you come again to the live stream, and we will do it again.
We'll be on time.
Carnivore Ron, yeah, we'll be on time. Carnivore Ron, if you want, I would love to talk to you and anyone else in this chat. I love to talk to people. So that's the craziest thing about YouTube. Who knew that I would like make friends?
Yeah,
on
right.
YouTube.
The same with me. If any of you want to come on my channel and be interviewed,
yeah,
let's make it happen.
Yeah, great. Absolutely. In the state of Texas, I think it's I can get my cert for health coach. Do you recommend getting a cert or going for BA? I don't have any advice. Let's talk to this lady.
So it depends on what you want to do. So if you want to be a health coach, you can get board certified, but you're not a specialist in any. You would be considered more a generalist in a broad spectrum. So it depends on what you want to focus on. I don't recommend getting a BA though, because they're going to teach you the standard American diet. Even in my nutrition education, it was all eat your fiber, eat this, eat that. So you're going to disagree with a lot of the information out there. But if you want to do what I'm doing and become a nutritionist and work with clients and promote the low carb lifestyle or carnivore lifestyle, I recommend getting your nutrition certification. Even though you're going to disagree with some of the info, but once you have that certification and the credentials, you can practice legally in most states because you need that certification, but you're not bound by the guidelines at that point, like registered dietitians. So you can practice using your certification, but practice with low carb or carnivore. That's what I would recommend, because a health coach, you're not really learning much of the nutrition aspect. You're learning like habits and things like that. So I got my certification through Precision Nutrition, my initial nutrition certification. Just know that it's going to be the standard American diet is what you're going to be taught. Just get through it, get your credentials, and then once you're credentialed and you begin working with clients, then you can practice low carb and carnivore.
Okay, great. Okay, I've been interviewed by Homestead How and Intentional Carnivore. I like both of those channels. That's awesome. I'd be happy to talk. Awesome. Nice. Thank you so much. I will reach out to you, and I'm sure Nicole will too.
Yep.
And that would be great. Great. And here we go. That's what I was thinking about doing after. Great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You mentioned that last week when we were talking.
Yeah. Great. I definitely, if you do want to do nutrition specifically, I would get that specific, because you're not going to get that level of biology and nutrient absorption by getting a health coaching credential. I recommend doing the nutrition route if that's what you want to do. Okay, awesome. All right, 10 people here. Any more questions, comments, communication? Oh, you people stuck to the end. Check you out. I know. Yeah, thank you so much. So here are your last moments to type something in the chat before we finish for the day, and Nicole and I will talk, and we will do more, I'm sure. Maybe I'll be on your channel next time. How about that? Oh, yeah. I streamed to my channel on my Facebook as well. So I recognize some of the usernames. I believe some of them are subscribers of my channel as well. So yeah, okay, I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in awesome. And sticking with us to the very end, even though we were kind of all over the place. It happens. Go feed your kids. Yeah, I got it. I think they're still in the pool, and it will be a literal disaster if I don't have food, because they've been exercising basically since 7 o'clock this morning. Oh, no, Jesus. 7:30. They're full of energy. I will feed them. So I guess that's the last communication. Cool. Yeah, thanks so much for being here, and I'll talk to you all later. See you later. Bye. Everyone. Bye. Thank you.